Let's talk about the flight real quick that you missed. What happened there?
So I missed my planned flight, my first planned flight out of Seattle to Newark. Our whole team had planned to meet up in Newark and then fly out here to England together. But I showed up a bit late to Seattle and, I started, I freaked out a little bit, had to reschedule. It all started because I showed up about an hour and 15 before my flight. Supposed to be there 2 hours early, but I ended up waiting in a lot of lines and missed the cutoff to check my baggage. So ended up waiting in another line for 2 hours. A lot of waiting in this, and then luckily was able to get it rescheduled. And I only got here 3 hours after the rest of my team. So I'm glad it all worked out,
Yeah, that's a pretty awesome thing. That's true.
Initial impression of England was actually, I was quite comfortable here. I am quite comfortable here. It's similar to Washington State, where I'm from. Lots of green, lots of nature, pretty chilly, cloudy, all that stuff. After I met up with my team here yesterday, we went out to Birmingham, downtown Birmingham, and we looked around the shops. We looked around in the mall, basically. We went over to Birmingham Museum, and we saw some interesting people. Everyone was really friendly. The loudest member of our team so far on the trip has been Mackie, probably. He's been complaining a bit. Complaining.
What about?
I don't know. He's a picky eater, I guess, so he was complaining over at the last restaurant we were at, but I don't know. That's just how he is.
Okay. How do you like playing TF2 with him?
Playing TF2 with Mackie at times can be kind of difficult because I like to be sort of the in-game leader, tell everyone, what to do, and I expect them to, follow up, try and do it, or to be in the right position. Give me some communication so that I know what to expect. I know what's covered, I know what they're doing, and I can coordinate the rest. But Mackie, sometimes he's kind of off in his own world. I think, okay, I need a soldier to jump them now. Oh wait, we have a sniper. What is Mackie doing? I don't know. But, there's those times, and then there's the times where I'm like, okay, we need a soldier to jump. Oh wait, we have a sniper. Oh wait, he just killed their medic. Okay, we'll push. Plans change, but that's something that, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but usually he's good about being serious during the matches. So while I might be a little bit worried during our practice, I'm always pretty confident that he's going to be doing what's best for the team during our matches. I have some history playing Call of Duty 1 and 2 on PC. I played them, I was really into the team aspect. Those are team games as well, shooters, and I kind of brought that over to TF2. Initially I was getting really serious in Call of Duty, and I just wanted a break, so I bought TF2 as a pub game just to relax, but eventually, I was wanting to play competitively again, You can't just dominate all the pubs for years and years and years. Eventually, I don't know, you gotta channel your competitiveness into a team or something. And then eventually I got noticed by a community, the Slaughterhouse community, and I started playing competitive TF2. When I was starting out to practice, the most important thing I did was watching demos, watching recordings of my play, trying to iron out the mistakes, get rid of the big mistakes first, and eventually, and you'll see big improvements. Later on, you can sort of fine-tune, but I'd say starting out, it was mostly helpful to watch demos and get rid of my mistakes, improve my teamwork and stuff like that. Nowadays, I mostly just I've been playing a lot of pugs, playing a lot of scrims, playing a lot of MGE. So I'm constantly playing the game, you know, maybe not always on my main class, but I'm always playing the game more than most people. You can check my hours. I feel like Tyrone's role as the main color has been a little bit exaggerated, especially lately. Um, he is the leader of the team. He's able to make decisions, but for the team, and that's mostly, I'd say that's more out of game, you know. He likes to make sure we're practicing, everyone comes on, but then after that, once we get in game, I think I take over at that point. You know, I'm usually, so I would consider myself the main color for the team. I think I have a better understanding of what needs to be done at what time than Tyrone does, and partly because I play more than Tyrone, he's kind of eased up on playing TF2, eased up on taking the game as seriously, whereas I'm still watching demos and I'm still seeing what our team needs to do to be the best. And also my role on the team, I'm the one that's always trying to make our team, you know, or I'm trying to play aggressive on our team sometimes. I'm trying to make pushes, make our team take points, stuff like that. So just simply being the role that I have on the team as the demo man doing all the damage, I kind of know what openings are on the team. I know what we can do to win certain situations, and I think that's the reason that I am the main color in game instead of Tyrone. Lately, we have been practicing vanilla style in all our scrims and matches. Actually, well, in some of our recent ESEA matches, when it started getting close, we did put on the gunboats and stuff, but we've been learning the rollouts, so we're pretty confident with that. Mostly just playing the same way we did. It's really not that big a deal. I think we've come to see that, you know, it's similar to, we don't have to really make any big compromises to play vanilla. So I'd say we're pretty prepared to play with, okay, Mackie does, I saw him raise his hand, but maybe that just means he'll snipe more, but yeah, he agrees. Yeah, I'd say we're prepared as far as vanilla goes.
So how does it actually feel to be in Europe competing in TF2 for cash money as a prize?
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal, you know, but to be playing here in Europe, playing TF2 in the largest TF2 event in world history, but I've sort of gotten used to it, I guess. Playing in ESEA it's pretty unique, I guess, for most people to say that they've been playing as a pro gamer or traveling, like expenses paid to a gaming tournament. So, I mean, I'm kind of used to that by now, but coming to England is pretty awesome. My family is supportive of me playing competitive video games. They've always said that as long as you do well in school, there's no problem whatsoever, and I've been able to be like a straight A student still throughout high school, now into college. So I've found a pretty good balance, and they're fine with it, and they're always excited to hear, you know, how my team is doing. I talk to my grandma all the time about how TF2 works and like what it's like to play on a team and what everyone on my team does, and she's interested in like the psychology of the pro gamer, I guess. So yeah, my family, they've been supportive, and sometimes when I have a hard match, I just go lay down in my brother's room and tell him all about, you know, my struggles, my stress, how I feel, and it helps me get over it. Because sometimes my family's the easiest way to cope with a loss. Just go remember that my family is always there, and when I lose the game, I can just step away from the computer and go enjoy my time with my family. Our chances of winning the tournament, you know, I'd really need to know more about all the teams individually, to make that judgment, but I think our team plays pretty well on LAN. I've kind of been able to envision it. I think it's possible that we could be in the top 2 in the grand final on the stage. I think it's possible. Yeah. Hopefully, if not us, then mix up.